Yo, what do you do, guys? It is your boy, Leon Mookie here, back with you with another new part of What If Izuku Had Rean Schwarzer's Powers. This is part 10, and yeah, it's been a while since I last did a part for this series. I will not lie, I just put it on hold because, again, this is another one of the series that is not as popular as my other series, and given that certain what if channels have now been, not getting as many views as they normally have, such as my own. But even so, I still continue doing it because I enjoy it. I have fun. I still make, revenue from stuff like this. And it's gotten me this far. So why drop it now? And I especially love this what if as well. So, a little bit of a recap since it's been a while. Class 1A was informed by that of Sarah about the UA Sports Festival beginning a little bit earlier than before because of the villain attack at the USJ. But the reason that they're doing it is to make sure that the public will know that UA is still capable of handling themselves. Not only that, Izuku wanted to know on why many of his classmates, especially those that he sees as his friends, are basically, wanting to be heroes, with already knowing Ida and also Laura's reasoning for wanting to be a hero, Maki's reason as well. Bakugo is basically no reason to explain. Ochako doing it for money so she can support her family after all. Momo and Tsuyu doing it to help those in need. As for Emma, she had no plans on becoming a hero, just wanted to transfer to UA and that's all, with Bakugo chewing her out for it, but mostly just doing it so she can have a better resolve on being a hero. Not only that, those of General Studies course students, mainly that of Hitoshi Shinso, declaring war on Class 1A, and Class 1A meeting at least 3 other members of Class 1B, being a silver-haired boy with that of fangs being Tetsu, a red-haired kid being Elliot, and a tall exchange student being Gaius, which those in general studies and a few other students believe that Class 1B is a lot more better than Class 1A, personality-wise it seems. With not only that, for the past couple of days during their training, Izuku and Bakugo have also begin to improve as well. However, Bakugo is angry that Izuku continues to hold back his wild side and not unleashing his quirk's true power, but and really wants him to, not just as a rival, but also as a friend as well, in his own, again, twisted way. So, with all that said, let's get into this, shall we, guys? Days have now passed, with everybody in Class 1A, Class 1B, and many other students in UA have now trying to improve themselves to get stronger for the UA Sports Festival. As for a certain brunette who wields that of a katana for his fighting style, he begins to train himself diligently, wanting to improve himself as well, wondering on how he's going to improve. Then soon, he begins to use his Azure Flame Strike, as turning his flames into a bright blue and slicing away at all of the wooden training dummies that he has in front of him as they burn to cinders. After that, he soon sheathes his Itachi and begins to wonder about the words that Bakugo said to not hold back. Within soon, he begins seeing that of glimpses, flashes of what happened at the USJ, moments on where he killed the Nomu, where he's fighting against that of All Might, Sarah, and Usis, and a moment where he heard Laura's voice to telling him to stop, as he shakes his head saying, "No, I can't do that. Not yet, at least. Sorry, Kachan, but you're gonna have to wait at least a little bit longer until I feel comfortable in doing so." With that, Izuku still continues his training, unaware that he's being watched by a certain someone, as this certain someone is that of a black cat with that of a blue ribbon, currently at this time as well, at a pretty dingy but also somewhat suspicious bar where the only path where there's barely any windows, just that of a couple of bull seats and a little bit of booths as well, where in front, as there only being that of a TV in the far back. But then soon the door opens, entering being that of a man wearing an all black uniform, a black cape, and a helmet as well. However, the helmet has that of a red glassy tint, but you can't see through the helmet. Only the person wearing it can see through it properly. Within soon, the people who are inside the bar, the same young man who attacked the USJ, the supposed leader of the League of Villains, and his partner in crime and cohort, Kurogiri, as Kurogiri continues to basically clean that of a beer mug, while Shigaraki basically continues to look at that of the news through both on that of the newspaper and also on his laptop, which he normally uses to play games on, is saying, "See, what brings you here?" As the man in black, known as C, could up and say, as his voice is heavily modified, with saying, "I was a little bit curious, wondering since your last incident with that of at the USJ. Turns out the League of Villains has been going around. However, not in the way that you think. Some of them just believe that you are just nothing but a ragtag group of, naive villains that think that they can kill All Might, when the very thing that you try to use to kill All Might was basically defeated by that of a child. Unfortunately, the media doesn't know about that, except me and the others." Then soon, Shigaraki couldn't help but narrow his eyes in that of almost like that of slits, with looking at the man known as C. Within Kurogiri saying, Sir C, could you explain the reason why you are also here, besides antagonizing Tomura Shigaraki? Within C saying, "Not trying to antagonize Kurogiri, just giving out my own opinion, that is all." Within soon looking at the newspaper saying, "I'm guessing you've seen that the UA has decided to start the UA Sports Festival a lot more earlier than normal. Plan on doing another attack then?" Then soon, Shigaraki saying, "Are you an imbecile? Of course not. Unlike the USJ, which we had the element of surprise, they'll be prepared for this time. What makes you think?" "Oh, Tomura. You have no idea what you mean. Not everything, just because they'll be prepared, doesn't mean that they'll see anything coming, of course. You may have been able to make a name for yourself, but I haven't. At least, not yet. The others and I can handle this one. But we don't plan on doing any damage or going after All Might, of course. Nothing like that. All we plan on doing," within soon saying, is to basically introduce ourselves." After saying that, he soon gets away from that of the bar stool before heading out. Within soon saying, "Oh, that also reminds me. You should probably check out the sports festival as well, besides looking on the chance on when I show up, but also keep an eye on some of the students there too. After all, it's most likely less than a fluke that they were able to beat you so easily as well." With that, he soon leaves, as Shigaraki couldn't help but get annoyed at the words that C said, saying, "I hate that Dark Vader knockoff." As Shigaraki says this, he couldn't help but place all 5 fingers on the newspaper that he was reading. Within, Kurogiri couldn't help but sigh. However, they were all being listened on by that of a man through that of a TV, which says only saying sound only. And now it's the day that everybody's been waiting for, as it being the beginning of the UA Sports Festival. as everybody's excited for it to begin, with many reporters, spectators, and pro heroes coming to check out this year. However, normally, the reporters and pros normally show up for that of the second years or third years, given that they have the most potential after all, and seeing how much they've improved. They normally don't even check on that of the first years. Some pros only check them out just to scatter them out early, just in case, if they're good enough. But this year's because of a certain class that was able to survive a villain attack. However, the security is quite vamped up actually, mostly because of mostly not just because of the villain attack, but also because of a certain police division that's actually mainly being in charge of the security. Within soon, a young man that looks like in his early 20s, as he's wearing that of a white and blue police jacket, and under it being that of a yellow t-shirt, with also wearing that of blue jeans and that of brown boots as well, with him being that of a brunette, and has quite the handsome face that looks like he's still in his late or mid-teens actually, as he has that of a smile before putting his finger to his left ear, saying, "Perimeter is secure at the main entrance. And everyone else, how's a situation?" Within soon, hearing that of a young woman through his comm line, saying, "Perimeter around that of the side exit on that of the east area has also been secure." Within hearing that of a somewhat mature but also a bit of a somewhat playboy voice saying "Perimeter around that of the west exit, and it's also been secure. Nothing out of the ordinary." Within soon, another voice, as it being another young woman, however, she seems like she's like that of a little bit younger than the rest, saying, "And south side exit has also been taken care of as well. Everything is clear." Within soon, the guy came up and say, "Perfect. Thanks, guys." Within, the woman came up and say, "Anytime, Lloyd." With the other guy also saying, "Got it, partner. Meet you up in a little bit." Within, the young girl came up and say, "I'll keep an eye on everything through that of my monitors and laptops after all. You guys continue your patrols." Then soon, the other guy on the line saying, "Come on, T.O. Tot, don't be like that. Don't you want to check out the sports festival yourself? And also meet people your own age as well? You might find somebody you like." Then the girl known as T.O. couldn't help but say, "Yeah, thanks, Randy, but I'm fine. And besides, this is a job, not a vacation." Within, the other woman on the line saying, I agree with T on that, Randy. Take this a lot more serious." Within, he can up and say, fine, I will. Geez, getting ganged up on by both Teotot and Ellie? Come on, Lloyd, back me up here. Within, Lloyd can't help but giggle, saying, "Sorry, Randy, but you're on your own on that one. This is a job after all. It's time we take it seriously as SSS members. We gotta take this seriously. And the others are not here to help us out, so there's that too." Then soon Randy saying, Fine, I get it. I'm just on my way after all." Within soon closing the line on his end. Within, the woman known as Ellie can say, "Same here, on my way too, Lloyd." With that, soon, without saying anything, Tio also closed her line. Within, Lloyd doing the same, saying, They called in a lot of pros to act as that of security. If I recall, Kumui Woods, Death Arms, and even that of Mount Lady are here as security too, with a few other pros as well. Also, does not count that there are basically tons of other pros in the arena scouting out this year's participants for the sports festival, especially the first years. Whoever would think about trying to attack this, they would literally had to be suicide to do so. With then soon Lloyd thinking, but nothing wrong with being vigilant. With that, the police detective soon moves out. Currently now, with those of Class 1A, they are now in their waiting room waiting to be called out by anyone else. With then soon, as everybody feeling somewhat excited, amped up, or a little bit nervous as well, as Emma and Makia soon walks into that of the classroom. With then soon Makia saying, all right, everyone, we just got confirmation from many of the teachers. We'll be heading out there at least in the next 5 to possibly 4 minutes or so. With then hearing that, everybody begins getting a little bit nervous and somewhat excited. With then soon hearing this, Izuku began to feel somewhat, nervous too, as he looks at his Itachi, within realizing, still can't believe it, they allowed me to bring in my Itachi. With then soon realizing that both Laura, Machias, and even that of Usis have their weapons too. With Laura's great sword, Usis' fencing saber, Machias in his shotgun, alongside that of a pistol as well. However, since Machias uses that of rubber bullets, it's alright. Even Emma's staff was given permission to use her staff as well. With then soon Izuku basically unsheathing his Otachi for a bit, as he decided to, he didn't use his main Itachi actually. He mainly just uses non-sharpened Itachi. He basically has two of them, one for cutting and one for not cutting, and mainly just to deal that of blunt damage, since the edges are now have been blunted after all. His master, Kai Fei, basically just told him to use that of two Itachis, one to use for cutting and in case of need of lethal use, which told him just in case, and one that's not used for lethal use, but mainly used for that of, training, actually, to get a feel for the weapon that he has. With that, Izuku feels at least a lot more prepared, besides the training sword that he normally uses when he's sparring with that of Bakugo. With then soon Bakugo sitting right next to Izuku saying, Hano, what the hell are you so damn nervous about? Aren't you ready for this, Hano? With then soon Izuku saying, of course I'm ready. Resheathing his Itachi, saying, that doesn't mean I'm not at least a little bit anxious. That's all, Kachan. With then Bakugo couldn't help but scoff, saying, just let you know, if we do face against each other, I'm not holding anything back. Got it? With then Izuku saying, wouldn't expect anything less from you, Kachan. With after saying that, Bakugo couldn't help but have that of a tiny smirk. If you look close, you could see it, but if not, it's pretty hard to see. With then soon Shoto standing up and walking to Izuku saying, Midoriya. With then Izuku couldn't help but look at the dual-haired color stoic classmate of his, wondering on why he's even speaking to him, as he's kind of shocked, saying, what is it, Todoroki? With then Todoroki saying, in hindsight, I had to say that my quirk has to be stronger than yours. With then soon saying that, everybody couldn't help but be shocked and surprised. With then Izuku narrowing his, basically raising an eyebrow, within Bakugo saying, the hell are you talking about, Icy Hot? Who says that your quirk is stronger? With then Shoto basically not even glancing at Bakugo, with then him continuing saying, because my quirk is, I've basically practiced and trained with my quirk more often. You may have a fire quirk, but I can tell that it's not even on the same level as my father's. Within Izuku thinking, wait, he's comparing me to Endeavor? Of course my flames are not on the same level as Endeavor. Within soon Shoto continued going, but during the USJ, that your wild side, as you call it, you basically killed something that was able to kill All Might. Not only that, you were even able to hold your own against him and even held off many of our other classmates and teachers too. Just let you know, this is my own declaration of war to you, that I plan on beating you no matter what. With then Sue, Izuku saying, that's the reason? You're declaring war on me all because I was able to hold my own against All Might and our teachers in a state where I neither can see that a friend or foe? That's the reason that you want to declare war on me? With then soon, Shoto saying, believe what you want. This is just my own reasoning. With then soon, Yusis looking at this and couldn't help but scoff, saying, how childish. With then soon, both Yusis and even Kirishima couldn't help but stand up, saying, whoa, what the heck, Todoroki? Where's this coming from? With then soon, Makis going over saying, I have to agree with Kirishima on this. Why the hell are you declaring war on your own classmate now of all times? Why wait until basically everybody else is feeling anxious? With then soon, Laura saying, I believe the reason to basically put him off guard and to make mistakes during this competition. Am I correct? After saying that, Shoto couldn't help but stare at Laura saying, Arcade, you're the daughter of the number 3 hero, the Radiant Blade Master. Honestly, your father may be close to my father in that of strength, but it doesn't matter. If anything, I want to take down Midoriya. And if taking you out is more of a side note to me. With then soon, Laura saying, I see. But I let you know that, Todoroki, the battle trial and even what happened at the USJ, your skills are basically those events are meaningless to me. To me, you are still weak. With then, everybody couldn't help but be shocked and surprised hearing Laura say that. With then Mina saying, oh boy. With then Suyu saying, looks like things are going to become a little bit, overwhelming, especially since I'm a little bit worried for Midoriya. With then Shoto saying, how are you calling me weak? Your quirk may be strong, but I've only seen you use only one aspect of it. Let's also bring up that of Yusis, for example, as well. His quirk is similar to yours, a half quirk, but his is also that of ice and light as well. How can we say that your quirk is similar to his when he is able to use both aspects without holding himself back? What I've seen is that you only use one aspect of your quirk, and not the other half. Because of that, to me, you are weak when you're forcefully holding yourself back. And within soon, Shoto is about to comment saying, and you may say the same to Midoriya about his wild side, but that reason is justified since I've had a front row seat to such a overwhelming state of power and uncontrolled flames that cannot be stopped. Then Izuku couldn't help but look down a little bit, with Laura noticing this and couldn't help but feel somewhat sad, seeing Izuku's saddened state, before saying, but regardless, Midoriya holds himself back to keep others safe. You hold yourself back for whatever reason. If you care to explain, then I will hear you out, and I will hold my criticism and my words for later. But if you continue don't explain, then my opinion of you will always stay the same, that you are weak. With then soon, hearing this, Shoto looking around before looking at his left side, as then soon Izuku taking a deep breath as Bakugo was about to say something, within Izuku cutting him off saying, Todoroki, I don't care what this reason on why you declared war on me, and personally, it does not matter to me as well. All I know is, within soon him stepping back before unsheathing his Itachi, as everybody is shocked, within soon pointing his blade at Shoto's chest, as it's only that of a couple inches away from being directly towards his heart. Within, Shoto couldn't help but have that of a stoic look, but internally he's wondering what he's doing, saying, I swore to myself, if I don't plan on holding anything back. Even if I don't use my wild side, I will continue to fighting on to the very end. As a practitioner of the 8 leaves, 1 blade style, I will put shame to that of my master who've taught me everything that he knows. And besides, it is not my flames that you need to worry about. It is my blade that you need to worry about. Simple as that. With then Suit hearing that, Shoto couldn't help but think to himself, saying, I see. I'll remember that. With soon, the conversation begins to die down. With then Ochako thinking, oh boy, things are getting even more intense. It's not, and this isn't helping either. With soon, Emma going to Izuku, saying, are you okay, Izuku? Saying, yeah, I'm fine, Emma. Thanks for worrying, but if anything, with then soon being called out, within everybody else in Class 1A began to head out to the stadium. But then Izuku thinking, Todoroki, why is it that you hold yourself back when you could basically show on how strong you truly are? With that, everybody begins to head out. Before then, hearing that, of a huge amount of crowds began to cheer for Class 1A, as President Mike basically introduces them to everybody. Within hearing this, a few of those in Class 1A couldn't help but get a little bit, worried, while some are feeling a little bit nervous, such as that of Ojiro and Toru as well. Within the rest of other students from that of Class 1B as well, General Studies and the support course, even some from the business course. However, instead of taking part in that of the sports festival, they'll be on the side basically deducting on how popular certain participants would actually be once they hit pro, or about certain merchandising as well. Given that those in the business course can basically sponsor, once they graduate, they can sponsor their fellow classmates and basically grow their prestige into Hero Society after all, with that sponsors and merchandising by being their agents. With then soon, as everybody arrives in the center of the arena, within the umpire and advisor for the sports festival this year is the R-rated hero, Midnight. As those in the audience and a few of the students couldn't help but feel somewhat, at a little bit unease looking at the somewhat provocative female pro, with a few students wondering what she's wearing. Is it truly okay for, kids like them after all? With then soon, in that of the stands, four UA students from that of the second years began to watch the UA Sports Festival as well, given that the second year's event is basically tomorrow after all. With then soon, one of them wearing that of a UA uniform, while also having that of a bandana with a red stripe over it. What stands out is also his silver hair and having earring piercings on his left ear. Another one being that of a pretty big dude wearing that of a orange jumpsuit with that of with goggles over his head and blonde hair too, and also having that of a tool belt. Another one being that of a pretty mature and beautiful young woman wearing that of a black purplish jumpsuit with her purple hair standing out the most as well, with that also having that of a beauty mark on the left side of her cheek. Now also another one, as she looks pretty short and almost looks close to that of a middle schooler, to be fair. However, she's also wearing a UA uniform with that of brunette, as she has that of brunette hair tied into that of a braid. With then she begins as the short girl saying, those kids, I can tell some of the students down there are having Miss Kayama advise them during this event, during this, sports festival, with then soon the silver-haired guy saying, definitely, to be honest, I'm actually kind of jealous now. We didn't have her for last year. With then soon the purple-haired young woman came up and say, oh, please, Crow, if she was there last year, you wouldn't be able to keep your eyes off of her. you damn horn dog. With then soon the guy known as Crow saying, seriously, Jellica, you wanted to talk. If you were down there with all of those first years, you would be basically flirting or possibly groping each and every one of them. But then the big guy saying, hate to agree with Crow on this one, Angie, but he's got you there. With then soon the girl known as Jellica or Angie can up and say, oh, please, George, also, I'm surprised you're even here this year. You're here to watch this with us. Why so? With then the guy known as George saying, well, you see, I've gotten my eyes on that of 2 students from that as a sport course, to be fair. But knowing the sports festival is a good way for me to see how much they've grown and how much they need to improve during the testing phases. With then the short one can say, figures that you would be here for them, George. Personally, I'm kind of interested in that of the first years, especially a certain student from general studies, actually. With then soon all 3 of them couldn't help but be shocked and surprised. With soon Crow couldn't help but say, is the second year student council president taking a liking to a future recruit? With then soon George saying, if that's the case, well, you got your eyes on Toa. With then soon the girl known as Angie or Jellica say, please, there's no way my adorable little Toa would actually be interested in a first year of all things, George. With then soon the short girl known as Toa saying, please, you two, you're embarrassing me. And it's not like that as well. To be honest, I take an interest in him is because I want to help him reach his goal to be in the hero course, actually. With then all 3 of them were actually surprised by that. With then soon Crow saying, seriously? With then soon Angie saying, geez, I didn't know that that's what you meant. With then George saying, I get it. You're talking about the one from General Studies who declared war on Class 1A, I'm guessing. With and soon the Crow can up and say, wait, seriously? That kid? If anything, I thought for sure that you were thinking about going after one of the others from Class 1A. I believe the guy that you talked about was Midoriya, was it? With then soon, she's saying, oh, right, I'm still interested in him, to be honest. I'm actually still hoping that he would join the student council, to be honest. But other than that, that's the only reason. However, Hitoshi, on the other hand, I really do want to help him achieve his dream. With then all 3 of them still continue getting shocked and surprised, with all of them say, you're on first name basis with him? With then the purple-haired girl known as Angie saying, oh, is there any reason behind that, my adorable Toa? With then Toa actually having a sweat job saying, it's not like that, Angie. As their conversation is basically, somewhat annoying and somewhat, getting on the nerves of many of the spectators right next to them. As the 4 second years couldn't help but continue their, conversation. With then Midnight saying, now that since everybody else is here, shall we begin that of the student pledge? Katsuki Bakugo, please come up to the stage. With then, after hearing that, Bakugo, with his hands in his pocket, walk up to the stage. Within soon, a few of few of those from Class 1A and Class 1B, alongside that of General Studies, couldn't help but be shocked that Bakugo was actually the one who got the highest points in the entrance exam, except Izuku, as he's aware on how Bakugo got the highest points, with realizing that he has that of quite the potential after all. With then soon Bakugo going up to the mic saying, "I'm just going to make this clear and short. I'm going to win." With then, as everybody was about to boo and basically shout at Bakugo for being so arrogant, before him saying, "However, I don't plan on making it easy. If you want to reach the top, then you better not hold anything back, damn it. Because any of you who say you want to get to the hero course, you better try your ass off. Because I know and not just me, everybody else in my damn class plans on making sure that they stay in our class, no matter what. So go ahead and try. You're going to be wishing that you did it." With then, after saying that, a few of them still boo. However, some actually couldn't help but cheer, thinking that it's a declaration of war for everybody. However, some believe that he's trying to amp up and actually also cheer up his classmates. With then Ida saying, What are you doing, Bakugo? Now everybody's hating us." With then soon Bakugo saying, "It's not my fault that they all declare war on us. If they think they can back it up with their words alone, then their actions better back it up even more." With then Kaminari saying, "Seriously? What is with this guy?" With then soon Tokiyami saying, "I believe it was both a warning and a way to but also pump us up as well." With then soon Mina saying, "That Bakugo, he's really something else." With then Tsuyu saying, "Arrogant and pretty much, and also quite unpredictable, I will say." With then Kirishima basically running up to Bakugo saying, "Seriously, man, that was awesome. Quite damn manly, I will say." With then Bakugo saying, "Whatever, shitty hair. I just said my piece, that's all." With then soon Machias can help but say, "He's really a piece of work, that is for sure." With then Laura speaking up saying, "For sure. However, I do feel a lot more motivated, more destined to give it my all as well." Within those in Class 1B, being that of a blonde, somewhat of a plain-looking but also suspicious blonde, saying, what you would see from those from Class 1A, nothing but arrogant bastards after all." Within soon, the same guy with that of the silver hair and sharp teeth, known as Tetsu saying, "Yeah, but we'll show what we're made of." With then soon, a girl with that of silver hair and looks pretty short. Heck, actually, she looks like she's actually in middle school size, to be honest. Couldn't help but yawn, saying, "Can we get this started already? I am so sleepy." Within a red-haired girl with the same orange hair as that of Elliot, saying, "Fee, did you not get enough sleep?" Saying, "Oh, I got some sleep. I'm just bored." Within a green-haired girl with also that of sharp teeth can help but say, "Can't blame her for that. I'm ready to get started as well." Within, the guy known as Gaius couldn't help but say, "It was a declaration of war for all of us, but it also seemed like it was a way to inspire his fellow classmates. It looks like my criticism about him may be a little bit different now." With then the guy known as Elliot saying, "You really think so, Gaius?" Gaius still freaks me out a little bit and terrifies me as well just by looking at him. So I'm not the only one who thinks that Shroom, as a short-haired girl that looks like almost close to the same height as Elliot, with that of a bob cut that covered with bangs that cover her eyes as well, couldn't help but comment too about Bakugo. With then soon Midnight soon gets everybody's attention, saying, "Well then, since that's out of the way, let's now get started to what will be the first event of the UA Sports Festival." Within, after that, everybody soon got back on track and began to get excited for the first year's UA Sports Festival. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys could enjoy this. Please tell me what you guys think in the comments below. I love to read them and know what you guys have to say. So, what did you guys think? Sorry that this isn't more of an action-packed chapter, or if I didn't go straight into that of the UA Sports Festival after all. I want to save that for later. Also, I wanted to basically be more of a dialogue chapter and bring up certain characters that I didn't get a chance to bring up in past parts. Now, they're now being shown, actually, such as that of C, the upperclassmen of UA being that of George, Angelica, Crow, and Toa, and some from that of Class 1B as well. So yeah, at any rate, also, Shoto declares war on Izuku. Mainly, we all know the real reason why he's declaring war on Izuku. Maybe not for the All Might reason, but we all know the reason why. So yeah, at any rate, if you guys like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification to keep up to date my videos when I upload on the channel. Also, please check out my Discord, my gaming channel, my side channel, my Patreon, and my Cash App. All linked in the description below. So, with all that said, this is Yamuki, signing out. Take care. Shiro Kitsune, you know what to do.
Hi everyone, this is White Fox. If you liked Leon's video, click the video on the left to see the most recent one. And if you want to see more of this, click the subscribe button and notification bell and check out his playlists. If you still haven't subscribed, do so in the center. With that said, I hope to see you again on my love's channel. Bye!